Dr. Stein, I have a little bit of a concern. I know that you're advocating for boycotting Israel, and I just want to know, why do you single out Israel, being that they are a democratic ally to us? Why don't you do the same for other Middle Eastern states, and many of which are committing horrific crimes and abuse of people?
So let me reassure you, Maria, that's exactly what we are doing. And I've been very careful to avoid that pitfall of targeting Israel. And what we say is that we are turning over a new chapter, because we ourselves have been as guilty of this as any of our allies. But what we would say, under a green administration, if we turn the White House into a green house, what we're saying is that our foreign policy will be based on international law and human rights. So when we say to Israel that we will not continue to give you $8 million a day when the Israeli army is occupying territory in Palestine, conducting home demolitions and assassinations and things of that sort that are recognized by the UN, we're not going to do it for the Saudis either. They don't get a pass whatsoever, nor, for that matter, does Egypt get a pass with their incredible human rights violations, and we're giving them not as much, but we're giving them billions of dollars a year.
Have you advocated to boycott Saudi Arabia?
Yes, absolutely. That's right.
Another follow-on this would be that Israel is not Saudi Arabia or Egypt. It certainly occupies a special alliance with the United States, and supporters would argue faces an existential threat that others do not. So do you see Israel as being a special ally and in a unique defensive position in that part of the world?
Well, you know, I happen to be of Jewish origins, so yes, I have a special connection to Israel, and I have family members who are living there part-time. But, you know, I don't think we are doing Israel a favor by condoning a policy that makes Israel very insecure, that makes Israel the target of hostility from its neighbors. And in fact, the current, government of Israel, the Netanyahu government, has a sponsor from someone, a casino magnate living here in the U.S., who's funding and supporting a very aggressive and hostile policy. He's not even living there. I don't think that's good for someone to be influencing Israel's policy when they don't have to live with the consequences.
But from a starting position, I understand you have family relations there, but do you believe that as a state that Israel has a preference as an ally that Saudi Arabia and Egypt or anyone else does not? Do you believe they're a special ally, yes or no?
I believe all of our allies are special allies. Israel and all of them. We are all members of the human family. I think we have responsibilities to everyone to create a world that works for all of us. And by sponsoring a very hostile military policy that violates international law, that doesn't do us any favors. There are people in Israel who are really working for human rights, who are actually building community with the Palestinians. There are human rights groups that are building trust, that are building community, and that are building confidence. These are the groups that we need to be lifting up to create a Middle East that's going to